Now that the APIs are working for the categories, let's move to the front end and then integrate into it. At the moment, any login user can create a category, but we can prevent that, and that is by creating a middleware for only admins who can create a category. At the moment, any authenticated user can create a category. So let's go ahead and then implement that. First, we are going to render the component for creating a category. On the dashboard, this is the link for adding a category, which means that there is no route that matches this. So let's go ahead and then render that. And I have already provided the component for creating a category. So I'm going to have one folder under the component as category. And then inside the template, I'm going to copy the add category form and then place it inside the add category. Awesome. So let's go ahead and then provide a path for it inside the user dashboard. And here, this is the, let me add a comment as user dashboard. And it begins from here and then it ends here, which means that we are going to provide a component for adding a category. So I'm going to duplicate this one and here as create category, or just add a category, and then here as add dash category. The component is add category component. Awesome. Now let's see the component, and this is the component because we have the route or path that matches this when we click on the add category. Let me show you where we have this. Back to the user dashboard, which is users and then user dashboard. We have a link called add category, which is this one. This is the path and this is the link name. Awesome. So let's go ahead and then create the API services for that. And lucky for us also, we have the logic already implemented under the API services for the post. To make our life easier, we are going to copy this and then change this one to category as that. And then the name of the file as categories API or category API. Great. So now let's have the endpoint. The endpoint here, or the base URL, is categories. Remember, that's what we specified inside the backend on the server.js file, which is this one. So let's check the route also to make sure the actual endpoint, and it is /create. So here is going to be as /create for the category, and indeed we have it here. So here as create category, or let me say add category. And for this one, unless you are logged in before you can create a category, but on the back end, we are not using the middleware. I think we have it. Yeah, we have it here. So unless you are logged in before you can create a category. So now we are done with the adding of the category. And at the moment, let's remove the update and then delete and fetch single category. We are going to use these two endpoints. So here as fetch categories, and then here as fetch categories. And that is it. So let's go ahead and then handle the form inside the add category, and we are going to use formic. And also we have the logic inside the post, and that is the creation of the post, and this is the formic implementation. So I'm gonna copy this, likewise the mutation, and let's get back to the add category component and then paste it here. As you can see, the hard part is done. All what we are doing is just reusing some code and just modify some part, and we'll be good to go. So here, let's require the use mutation, and then the use for make. And inside here, we don't need this form data, so let's remove everything from here. Likewise, this comment. And then for this, we would need the name of the category only without the description. So here I will say category name and no image. And for the validation, we will say that category name is required and remove this. And for this, let me change this one to category mutation. Alright, as category mutation. And here is add category API. The auto import is fine. Awesome. So now let's uncomment this one for the category name, and for this one we have done it also. And then this is for the displaying of the error in case the user refused to provide the category name. So here as category name, and let me check the name well, is category name. Yeah, I think I made some typing mistake. Supposed to be this category name, which is this. Yeah, this one instead. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and then provide the submit on the form as on submit and use for make dot handle submit. And let's call the category mutation dot mutate, and then pass in the values. Now moment of truth. Let's go ahead and then create something like HTML and add. Let's check the console in case we have an error. Okay, let me refresh it. And now let's check the API and let's list all the categories. Yeah, I think I have the HTML here. It was successful. Let me create one more for Node.js. Add. And then let me fetch from here. And I think it couldn't create. So let's see the error. Let me log the mutation here as category mutation to see the actual error. This is the log. And yeah, I think we have it here as category created. Well, let me try again. And let me say React. And let's see, it was successful, which is this. Yeah, but why is it that if I fetch all categories, I think, yeah, I see it here. Everything was successful. We have the categories here. So let's go ahead and display some information about the request. And we have the logic already inside the creation of the post where we are displaying the messages. Yeah, so here I'm going to copy this one. And then back here, I'm going to paste it here. And then bring in the elect message component. And let's check. Here is, it's going to be category mutation dot is pending. This one is pending. And then dot is success. And we will say that category created successfully. And in case we have an error, it can be found on the category dot is error. And the error can be found on the, let me use the direct error message here. And then provide it here as that. But here it is called category mutation dot error dot response dot data dot message. Awesome. So now let me add one more called CSS and category created successfully. And if I create one more, As you can see, category already exists. Awesome. So what has left is that we need to associate the category upon creating a post.